Okay, I'm with Darren. A 3-0 home win against Cobham. It was always going to be a tough game, considering you had three of your backline suspended, and we'll probably come on to that in a little while. What were your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, evening, Gary. I guess first of all, very incredibly proud of the group of lads that have gone out there today. Not least of all because, we have had to make some forced changes today, and to record a clean sheet against a Cobham side that have become quite difficult to beat. Certainly the results of late have looked quite good, and so is exactly what we wanted from the boys today.
Okay, you look at the first half, and although we had the majority of the play, we were grateful to Bradders for making one very good tip over the bar, and it didn't really look as if we were going to test their keeper. And then it was right on the stroke of half time, win the ball, great threaded through ball to Aidan, 1-on-1, and there was only going to be one answer.
Yeah, do you know what we said to the lads? Had to be patient today. The wind had come whistling down. We were playing with the wind in our faces. We knew to a certain extent we would spend a fair bit of time camped in our half, defending a little bit. We expected them to ask a few more questions. I mean, as you rightly say, whilst we didn't necessarily ask too many questions ourselves, they only really had the one chance or the one shot on target of merit, which Craig's made a good stop from. So I think they had possession without really causing us pain.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. Second half, it was very much us in the ascendancy. The lads were shutting everybody down. We were playing some absolutely lovely football. A couple of really nicely well-taken goals as well. Ollie to Arms was a very neat finish after a good move. Marlon, or was it an own goal, snuck in there, just got his toe on the ball, and that killed the game off, really.
Yeah, no own goals, Marlon's goal. I'm dead against own goals anyway. But I think we just said to the lads at half time, what we didn't want to do was fall into the trap of playing into the wind, trying to launch the ball forward, make it a battle that perhaps would have suited Cobham better than us. I think we just asked them to be patient, move the ball quicker. We said all round we just needed to be a bit quicker. I think we needed one or two touches too many in the first half, caused ourselves one or two uncomfortable moments. But second half the boys came flying out, and I don't think you could pick too much fault with it. But the last couple of minutes, Cobham had a chance, and again Craig's made a great stand-up save. But I think that would have been probably too little, too late, and maybe at that stage we were probably pushing to try and maybe get a fourth.
Okay. Defensively, as you say, we were missing three players today. You had a backline that was very young. I mean, if you take Tance out, who was 25, I believe, your backline was 21, 18, 19.
Yeah. You've
got to be very pleased with the way they stood up.
Yeah, young backline, but not lacking experience. Mal and Tance have obviously played the lion's share of the first team games this year, and Tant and lots before. Guys had quite a few first team appearances for us, and probably been a bit unlucky at times that he hasn't had a better run because of the form of the lads in front of him. Obviously Ryan was an unknown. He wasn't an unknown to us, but he was the unknown in terms of the ingredient and how that was going to work today for us. But I thought he, for a young player, I thought he stepped up. He made a couple of mistakes, probably uncharacteristic by his own standards. I think he made a few unforced errors, but the experience of the Cobham 9 kind of got in his ear a little bit and tried to rattle him, but he didn't let his head drop. He kept plugging away, and I thought he grew into the game. So overall, like I said, you can't fault. That bodes well if that's us with three regular defenders missing today.
Yes, it does. Looking into your midfield, you brought back Callum McLean, I guess in place of Asa, who was unavailable. Did a tidy job in there, tidy player.
Yeah, Asa was unfortunately unavailable today, which didn't help matters with the other players that we knew we had missing. But Callum's a good player, and I think whilst we felt that his fitness, he might struggle to get around today a little bit, I thought he put in a great shift. Fazza was immense as always, carried himself in the armband well today, and I think hooking Marlon in with them in the early exchanges, I think just gave us a bit more footballing prowess in there than perhaps we used to. we're used to being a bit more combative. But I think today, we had personnel in it today that we could get on the ball a bit quicker and look to maybe play forward a bit faster. And second half, well, in fact, both halves, I thought we probably played some of the most attractive one-touch play that I've seen us play in the final third. First half, I thought we was unlucky because we played some good spells, but we didn't really get the rub of the green. Fazza probably came closest with his effort just over the bar.
Yeah.
And second half, I think to defend it must have been horrible because it was sharp, it was incisive. The boys, the movement was good, and when we lost possession, they worked their socks off to get back and help out today. Which, again, we're not always blessed with that, but we've told them they've got to bring that as well.
Yep, that's a fair point. After the events of last week, when the squad's discipline was called into question, understandably, considering 3 red cards, there's no getting around the fact that was disappointing.
Yeah. And you know what? No complaints. I mean, I don't think any of us will sit there. We'll say that they were disappointed in terms of the way that they came about.
Yeah.
They'll say that they were disappointed in terms of the fact that we allowed ourselves to get drawn into to stupidity, and we reacted badly. But I think the 2 straight reds were straight reds, and if Tommy did shove someone in the melee and he was on a booking, then we can't be surprised that he picked up one as well. So maybe we come away from that feeling that there was any complaints over him, just disappointed in the manner.
Yeah, that's fair enough. My point is, there were a lot of comments on Twitter about it. There were other clubs jumping in and liking the fact that we have a discipline problem.
Yeah.
Today, no bookings.
Yeah.
Which makes it the 7th game out of 8 that we haven't had a booking.
Yeah, ironic. Yeah.
We're second bottom or top, whichever way round you want to look at it, at the number of bookings in the league this season. I think we've had 30.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, for me, some of the clubs that were jumping on the bandwagon.
Listen, I think let them talk. Do you know what? I actually think it's quite disappointing that the most that they want to, that people want to latch onto is a disciplinary record. Do you know what? How about we talk about the fact that we've had 5 of our 7 red cards are against the same side, which kind of indicates that maybe there was the flashpoint or the problem. 7 games otherwise without a caution, top of December in the disciplinary ratings by a country mile. Yeah, we're passionate. We're never going to apologise for that. And probably boisterous and and loud and everything else. But actually, disciplinary problem, it's laughable. Let them talk. I just think while they're talking about us, they're leaving someone else alone.
Perfect. Thank you. We move on now. We have a League Cup match away at FC Deportivo on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Chance to give some of the younger players a run out, or are you going to stick with the same sort of squad as you had today?
I think we'll just leave that one in abeyance for the time being. I don't want to give too much away at Wednesday, but then we'll certainly maybe look at it on face value. And there's a few players that we certainly could do with a rest, and there's a few players that could do in minutes. So I can see there would be some rotation for Wednesday.
Okay, but we're still, whatever you decide, we'll have a strong squad.
Yeah, we won't be going there to lose. I think it's fair to say that nothing's a guarantee this season. As we found out last year, and we're in that competition, and we're in the Southern Combination, and we'll have to put out a side to progress in it because we want to try and achieve something this year, and these are 2 opportunities for us.
Marvellous. Thank you very much, and I will see you at Bedfont Sports on Wednesday.
Thanks, Gary.